If you or someone you know is struggling with school, you might want to ask, how are their executive function skills? Executive function is an umbrella term that is used to describe a lot of different skills that go into managing your life. It includes things like setting goals, planning, prioritizing, organizing, remembering and manipulating information, solving problems, being self-aware, checking your work, and regulating your emotions. It's a lot. But they're skills, and they can be learned, but they do require practice. And while some people might be able to pick these up without having anyone teach them and just trying different things on their own, a lot of other people may have no idea where to start. Some people actually need explicit instruction in these strategies. And that may be especially true if you're at all neurodiverse. So maybe you have ADHD or autism or a specific learning disability. Then these skills might be especially hard for you to acquire. But you don't have to have one of these labels to need executive function help. The part of the brain that controls executive function is the prefrontal cortex, and it doesn't stop developing until you're in your mid-20s. So lots of young people struggle with executive function from time to time, or from skill to skill. I'm Dr. Allison Eber, and I work with tweens, teens, young adults, and sometimes their parents too. And we work together to develop and implement strategies that build the executive function skills teens need to be more successful in school and in life. I started down this path as a classroom teacher for 15 years. I'd frequently come across students who were described by others as lazy or underperforming, and I began to ask myself, is this really an issue of effort or motivation, or might there be an executive function skill deficit that needs to be remedied? Because often students with executive function problems put forth a lot of effort. It's just not necessarily in the most productive ways or getting them towards the results they want, and that can be frustrating for everyone involved. So when I talk about executive function deficits or a lack of executive function skills, what are some things that we can look for? Let me give you a few examples. One thing is, how does the student respond to large projects? At home, that could be a project like cleaning their bedroom. And at school, it could be a project like writing a research paper. Students with a weaker executive function might feel completely overwhelmed by the task and can't even figure out where to start. So they avoid it altogether until the last possible moment. And even then, it might not get done at all, or if it does, it might not be done very well. Executive function controls our ability to visualize a final product and break down the steps involved to get there. And without that roadmap, projects can feel especially daunting. We can look at working memory also. Is the student forgetful? Do they need frequent reminders about what to do and get lost in the middle of a task? Sometimes students have a hard time holding on to information, like directions, numbers in a math problem, or ideas that they're planning to write about but they haven't gotten to that section of the paper yet. And when you can't remember those things, that can make tasks feel way harder and take way more time than you were planning to spend on them. Those are just a couple of ways that executive function can impact learning and getting things done. There are so many ways, though, that we can decrease the executive function demands of a task and build in scaffolds that make things easier to accomplish. But that doesn't happen nearly enough in schools and in life. That's why I'm on a mission to make more people aware of executive function and how we can help young learners develop the skills they need to become successful adults. If you want to learn more about executive function, it would mean the world to me if you would like and subscribe to this channel. I'll be posting more videos with strategies to help build executive function skills, and in the meantime, I want to know, What questions do you have about executive function? Leave me a comment so we can connect. Weaker executive function skills should not be a barrier to success in school and in life, especially when there are so many tools that are available to help and great strategies that we can learn together. We need to be building savvy learners who know how to leverage those tools and can become the most successful people they can be. I hope you'll join me in that process. Thanks for watching.